Coming up tonight on 10 News, it's primary day in Michigan and Arizona.
And also the latest on the horrific school shooting in Ohio.
And a bus was ambushed in Pakistan. All this and more, WTOP 10 Tuesday Night News starts now. Oh, that's not good. Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP 10 Tuesday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Alan Wengert.
And I'm Cassandra Genoa. Today is Tuesday, February 28, 2012, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts now.
It was a good day for the United States stock market today as the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 13,000 for the first time since May 19, 2008, after narrowly missing the mark for several of the past trading days. While experts say the 13,000 milestone is not technically significant, it is still a psychological milestone. This comes at a time in which the national average for gas prices have risen for the past 21 days, with many speculating whether changes in consumer spending to accommodate for the rise of prices will affect economic growth.
A Pentagon report released Tuesday finds that not only did some of the remains of U.S. troops end up in landfills, so did remains from the 9/11 attacks. Of the nearly 3,000 victims of the 9/11 attacks, 224 were killed in Pentagon and Pennsylvania. Some unidentified already cremated remains from those attacks were placed in sealed containers and incarcerated a second time. Mortuary management found that some residue material had in fact remained after the second cremation, and that the contractor had disposed of all of it in the landfill.
Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum is campaigning today in Michigan as voters head to the polls. Santorum met this morning with supporters at a diner in Kentwood. He and Mitt Romney are locked in a battle for Michigan, the state where Romney was born and his father served as governor. Santorum launched automated phone calls Monday asking Democrats to send a loud message to Massachusetts Mitt Romney and vote for him in the primary. Michigan's primary is open, which means all voters can participate regardless of party affiliation. Arizona also holds its primary today. We will have the results from both of the states on the bottom of our screen. And now we'll check our current conditions outside with meteorologist Ryan Farrell. Ryan, what's it looking like out there?
All right, thanks guys. Well, outside of Campus Center right now, we currently have a temperature of 28 degrees with a dew point of 20. Thankfully though, we do not have any wind, so there is no wind chill. As we take a look at your regional radar, a lot of activity off to the west, some mixed precipitation that will not be affecting us for tonight. But as we take a look at the next 3 days, looks like our temperatures are going to increase every day, but the precip will be sticking around. More about that in my full forecast, but for now, back to the desk.
Last Friday, miscommunication on a plane caused the passengers to panic.
Our reporter Alexandra Levy is here, and she's going to speak with one of those passengers.
On February 24th, a Southwest Airlines pilot was making an announcement to the mother of an air traffic controller when he used the term mom on board. The passengers on the flight, however, mistakenly thought the pilot said bomb instead of mom. Tonight, we have a passenger from that flight from Comac, Long Island on the phone to speak about her experience when it happened. Susan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Now, when you heard the miscommunication and you thought that they said bomb instead of mom, how exactly did you feel?
I felt sick to my stomach, and I turned white as a ghost, my husband said.
And how did he react?
He had a lump in his throat, and he was confused, and so was I.
And when exactly did you find out that the pilot actually said mom?
When he came back on the air and said he wanted to wish a mother a happy birthday.
So it was actually a mom, and did everyone on the flight thought that he said bomb?
Everyone did think that he said bomb.
Wow. Well, did anyone actually complain after the flight had landed?
Yes, I did see one person on the flight speaking to a Suffolk police officer.
Okay, well, thank you for speaking with us, and have a great night.
Thank you, you too.
And according to ABC News, despite the scare, the Federal Aviation Administration confirmed in the statement that it was quote unquote not investigating the pilot or the flight crew. I'm Alexandra Levy reporting for WTOP News.
In all, 3 students have now died following Monday's school shooting in Ohio, and now the teenager suspected of shooting them and 2 others is making his first appearance in court.
According to sources, the teen told authorities he stole the gun used in the shooting from his uncle. Shelby Lynn has the latest on the investigation.
Suspected school shooter, 17-year-old sophomore TJ Lane, heads to juvenile court today. He's expected to face charges from yesterday's school shooting that left 3 classmates dead and 2 others injured.
While the investigation continues and we still look for the why and what and who, we now deal with a community looking to heal.
Today, Chardon High School students are dealing with the loss of friends. Demetrius Hewlin and Russell King Jr. were declared dead Tuesday. Student Daniel Parmenter died Monday.
People really loved all of those kids, and you know, they were the highlight of people's days because, you know, they were just really outgoing, smart, and they loved making kids laugh, and that's what they did.
The victims were waiting at Chardon for a bus to take them to a nearby vocational school when students say TJ Lane entered the cafeteria. One student says he was grazed by a bullet.
I don't think anybody really ever expected it to be him, you know? Like, we didn't think he would hurt anybody.
A lawyer for Lane's family says the suspected shooter is remorseful.
He's a very confused young man right now. This is a very scary circumstance that I don't think he could have possibly even foreseen himself in the middle of.
Chardon school officials say parents and students will be allowed to visit the school Thursday, and classes will reopen for business Friday. They add, in light of what's happened, it won't be business as usual. I'm Shelby Lynn reporting.
Seven people are dead and 9 more are injured tonight in the city of Baghdad after a wave of violence struck the city. Amongst the dead are a juvenile detention center worker, a criminal court employee, and 4 members of the same family. The violence is the result of a discourse between Iraqi awakening councils and al-Qaeda militants and has left many dead amongst the fighting. In addition to the attacks in Baghdad, an additional death occurred in Fallujah, where a local leader was shot dead.
Gunmen ambushed 4 buses in northwestern Pakistan, killing 18 people and injuring 8 others. Assailants stopped the buses early Tuesday morning and ordered the passengers out. They then separated the male Shiite passengers, lined them up, and shot them. Sunni passengers were not harmed. Even though the area is not known for militant activity, tension between Shiite and Sunni Muslims has led to numerous deaths in Pakistan's north and southwest areas in recent years. Pakistan's president has promised to find and punish the attackers. And now we'll see what's going on in sports with Dan Myers.
Thank you, Cassandra. As the playoffs continue here on campus, the games for the Division III men's basketball tournament hosted here at Oswego have been announced. The 14th ranked Lakers will host Endicott College Friday night at 7:30, and 21st ranked Eastern Connecticut State will tip off against Meddale College at 5:30 Friday night. The winners of those games will play each other this Saturday afternoon at 3. Tickets are $6 for adults and, of course, $3 for students. And as always, you can catch all the action right here on WTOP. That's all for now, but let's go back to your local news.
A Portland man was sentenced to 2 to 8 years in prison today after being found guilty of recruiting a man to murder his estranged wife. Quentin J. Hicks accepted a plea deal back in June after admitting to the accusations. William Scrutton, the man Hicks hired, turned to police after the proposition was made and agreed to wear a wire in order to gather evidence against Hicks. Scrutton said of Hicks, "If I had not come forward to police about this, he would have found another way. He wasn't just going to stop."
An 80-year-old Oswego woman has died after being hit in a car at the intersection of East 7th and Bridge Street in Oswego today. Rosemary Beauchamp was walking on the sidewalk on East Bridge Street when a Grand Jeep Cherokee hit her as she entered the intersection. The car is being driven by Stephen Skinner. Police are continuing to investigate the cause of the incident and have ruled out alcohol. No tickets have been issued.
A former Upstate Medical University scientist has been sanctioned for falsifying the results of some of his federally funded research. Michael Miller, who was the former chairman of Upstate's Department of Neuroscience and Physiology, was well known for his research on the effects of alcohol on brain cells and fetal alcohol syndrome. The Office of Research Integrity is currently investigating claims that Miller altered bar graphs to validate his experimental results in many of his studies. And coming up after the break, what's been going on with the weather?
And we'll have an in-depth look at your SUNY Oswego news.
Well, we have a rain-snow mix heading our way that will be affecting our weather tomorrow. How much are we expecting to get? More about that coming up.
And see what Oswego basketball players are taking home some SUNYAC hardware. Stay tuned. You're watching WTOP.
Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Canale's Italian Restaurant, serving the Oswego community since 1954. Located at 156 West Utica Street, always featuring family-style Italian cuisine. Also in stock are Canale's frozen dinners, sauces, and dressings. Dine in, take out, or delivery on or off campus. 315-343-3540 and online at canalesrestaurant.com.
Hong Kong Chinese Restaurant, located at 41 West Bridge Street with all of your Chinese food favorites, as well as sushi. Open late every day. Takeout and delivery available both on and off campus. 315-342-8553 and online at www.hongkong68.com.
There's a new face in King Alumni Hall, and soon at Oswego alumni events everywhere. The Oswego Alumni Association has welcomed Michael Skrow as the new Director of Alumni Relations. This comes after Betsy Oberst, who held the position for 27 years, stepped down to fill the position of Associate Vice President for Alumni Relations and Stewardship. Skrow, who is very excited for the job, says of it, Oswego's 150th anniversary is a great time to continue traditions, but also to start new ones.
Following a year of research and campus-wide consultation, the GE21 Task Force has presented 3 general education models and wants feedback from the campus community. This is one of the 4 open meetings to answer questions and receive feedback about the models. The open meeting on general education will be held February 29th at 8 a.m. in Campus Center Room 211. The GE21 Task Force is open to responses from anyone with interest.
This weekend, the Lakers men's hockey team is the only Oswego State hockey team competing for a championship.
Our reporter Dan Myers caught up with the roller hockey team as it prepares for its championship.
With Laker playoffs in full swing here on campus, there is another team looking to reach the finals for a second year in a row. SUNY Oswego's club roller hockey team is headed to the Eastern Collegiate Roller Hockey Association playoffs again in just their second year in the league. After losing in the finals last year, players are ready for this weekend at a chance at the championship.
Well, we came in second last year, and we keep losing to this team in a close game, so it'd be a good win.
The team they've lost to throughout this year is Cortland, who over the last 2 years have created quite the rivalry between the two teams. The two are expected to face off in the finals, and team president Billy Farr says beating them would be more than a win.
It would be everything. To me personally, I have my brother's actually president on their team. So I got bragging rights. Tyler Barbarians, his brother's on the team too. A lot of us from the same area back home, so it'd be huge for the whole team.
Head coach Stuart Seidel has impressed many in the league since taking over last January. He had the honor to coach the Division III All-Star team this January and is ready to prepare his team for this weekend.
Pretty much we just got to work on moving the puck together. We got to work on our power play and penalty kill. Our breakout's been a little bit weak, and Cortland is a really good team that we're going to be probably going up against. They move us out, spread us out wide, move the puck really well, so we got to work on making sure we can defend that and also attack right back with that, spread the puck out nice and low.
So, if you happen to be in Feasterville, Pennsylvania this weekend, go support your Lakers and keep the playoff spirit alive. For WTOP 10 News, I'm Dan Myers.
And now here's a look at our full forecast with meteorologist Ryan Farrell.
Before, here's another look at them. We currently have a temperature of 28 degrees with a dew point of 20, which is giving us a relative humidity of 72%. Taking a look at our numbers for today. Today we had a high temperature of 38 degrees, which is a little above our average of 36, low of 28, well above our average of 23. No precipitation to worry about today. Taking a look at the statewide temperatures across the board. In western New York, we have upper 20s and low 30s. Pretty much the same as we head on to the eastern part of the state, except for New York City at 46 degrees. There's a large area of moisture centered over the Dakotas that will be moving its way into our area tomorrow. As we take a look at our surface map, here is this low pressure system. With that counterclockwise flow, you're having rain to the southern parts and snow up to the north. As we zoom into our area at the moment, the radar is showing a lot of reflectivity. There's something called virga, where you have snow and rain falling, but it evaporates before it hits the ground. So all this reflectivity going on right now is not registering at the ground. Now taking a look at our futurecast for tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. We have that line of rain coming into our area. There will be clouds building in front of it, so it'll be a cloudy start to our day tomorrow. Now as we head on to 1 p.m., we're going to start as snow in front of that warm front that is coming in. Behind that, mixed precipitation and rain. And as you can see, by 7 p.m., that snow will be moving out of our area. Behind that, it's going to be rain. So as we take a look for tonight we're going to be clear, cloudy conditions though, temperature of 23 degrees, a little chilly, calm winds. For your forecast for Wednesday, we're going to start as snow, probably get an accumulation of about an inch, not too much of a big deal. That's going to change over to rain later throughout the day. Temperature of 34 degrees, a bit breezy, winds from 9 to 15 miles per hour. Taking a look at tomorrow night, as I said, once we turn over to rain, it's going to be rain for the rest of the night. Temperature of 33 degrees, winds 15 to 18 miles per hour, so definitely a gusty night tomorrow. As we take a look at your 5-day forecast, we're going to be warming up toward the end of the week, but it looks like the precip will be sticking around for us, And as we head on into Sunday, cold front will be moving through that will be cooling our temperatures down. But there will be no precipitation dealing with that. So guys, it looks like it's going to be a wet day tomorrow. It's going to start with snow and then change into rain.
And when we come back, we'll have Amy Adamczyk with some SA news. But first, here's your late night menu.
Canale's Italian restaurant, serving the Oswego community since 1954. Located at 156 West Utica Street, always featuring family-style Italian cuisine. Also in stock are Canale's frozen dinners, sauces, and dressings. Dine in, take out, or delivery on or off campus. 315-343-3540 and online at canalesrestaurant.com.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hong Kong Chinese Restaurant, located at 41 West Bridge Street with all of your Chinese food favorites, as well as sushi. Open late every day. Takeout and delivery available both on and off campus. 315-342-8553 and online at www.hongkong68.com.
Oswego Student Association had its weekly meeting tonight, and here's what our Amy Adamczyk saw.
Detergent, bleach, and fabric softeners, and all that stuff keeps going up every year.
These are departments that are mandated
And the list is right at the top, and I have these outlined in red right here on our models. And this
People even that didn't know about it before. So that's really what we're all about right now. Anything else?
Down there. John just asked me if I would come and perhaps explain to you a little bit what the budget looks like in 97. As you can see, part-time hours were about the same as our projection. In the spring, again, we're a little bit up and a change, or the dollar change from category to category, and from the percentage of change. If you look at it, I think most of the categories are self-explanatory. Most of them stayed relatively constant. We've been, I think we've been fortunate in recent years. We have a good budget.
Now, general education, digging a lot into SUNY Oswego's past.
What I'm going to do here today is to talk about this first. This is a slide. This did not appear yesterday in our presentation, but I put this together because this is kind of the way I feel about how we've operated, and I think others do as well. And that when we talk about general education reform at SUNY Oswego, we're not operating by ourselves. We are operating within the system of the State University of New York. So in effect, we have a SUNY-wide GER, or SUNY-wide general education mandate that we have no choice but to follow. So I've been receiving comments from faculty and from other folks about what we put out in our report, and people are coming back and saying, well, why can't we just do what we want to do? Well, the reality is we have to follow the guidelines, or as I have here, kind of the shackles of GE from SUNY Central. We have no choice.
The third and final debate for the SA President and Vice President will be held this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Here at WTOP, we'll be bringing you live coverage, so make sure to tune in. For your SA update, I'm Amy Adamczyk.
Davis, a former ball boy for the SU men's basketball team who has alleged she was sexually assaulted by assistant coach Bernie Fine, will lobby for an extension of the statute of limitations on sexual abuse cases. The proposed bill, which has passed in the Assembly 4 times, is still yet to be passed in the Senate. The bill would increase the criminal and civil statute of limitations for sexual abuse cases until victims are 28, and would also create a one-time, one-year window for adult abuse victims to file lawsuits against their abusers.
The operators of the 9 racinos statewide claim they will build up their enterprises in the ways that generate $3.3 billion in economic output for New York, including about 17,000 jobs. For this to happen, Governor Andrew Cuomo and the legislature need to identify whether the Constitution should be amended to allow the track races to offer casino games. The Game Association said the addition of live table games in the 9 racetrack facilities would also increase their purchase of goods and services for New York companies, directly supporting the full-time jobs.
And now a full look at sports with Dan Myers.
Thank you, Alan. Oswego seniors Chad Burge and Sean Michael, along with junior Hayden Ward, have been named to the All-State SUNYAC basketball teams. Burge also won SUNYAC Player of the Year for the second year in a row, averaging 16.4 points per game and a league-best 54% shooting from the field, and led the Lakers to their first SUNYAC championship since 1965. Along with great players, the Lakers also had a great coaching staff, with first-year coach Jason Leone winning SUNYAC Coach of the Year. And as I said before, you can catch them in action on Friday. Dino Lorenzi Jr., the man who conducted Ryan Braun's urine sample that tested positive levels of elevated testosterone, says he followed the collection program's procedure and never tampered with the sample. This comes after Braun's 50-game suspension was lifted after he became the first player to have a steroids appeal overturned. The controversy continued as Lorenzi said he stored the sample in his basement because no FedExes were open, but Braun responded that numerous FedEx locations within 5 miles are open until 9 p.m. and there was even a 24-hour location. Lorenzi said he released the statement only to set the record straight. And New York Yankees reliever Jabba Chamberlain threw off a full mount today for the first time in 8 months after elbow ligament replacement surgery. After the assistant job was said everything was great, and the Yankees hope he can rejoin the team possibly before the All-Star break. Chamberlain was 2-0 last year with a 2.83 ERA last season before his season-ending surgery in June. That's all for sports for now, but now back over the desk.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at your community calendar. Stay tuned. You're watching WTOP 10 News.
Canale's Italian Restaurant, serving the Oswego community since 1954. Located at 156 West Utica Street, always featuring family-style Italian cuisine. Also in stock are Canale's frozen dinners, sauces, and dressings. Dine in, take out, or delivery on or off campus. 315-343-3540 and online at canalesrestaurant.com.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hong Kong Chinese Restaurant, located at 41 West Bridge Street with all of your Chinese food favorites, as well as sushi. Open late every day. Takeout and delivery available both on and off campus. 315-342-8553 and online at www.hongkong68.com.
Apple may soon have to find a way to market to a new demographic, orangutans. A conservation group named Orangutan Outreach is implementing its new Apps for Apes program, which gives orangutans iPads in hopes that they will communicate with other orangutans via its FaceTime feature. This came about after realizing that orangutans in zoos needed more social stimulation in the winter months due to prolonged time being spent indoors. The group hopes to connect orangutans from zoos all across the nation.
The cast of this year's upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars has been announced. Among the 12 celebrity contestants of the ABC dancing competition include big names such as singer-songwriter Gavin DeGraw, Green Bay Packer Donald Driver, and the Empress of Soul Gladys Knight. The cast was announced Tuesday on Good Morning America. The contestants will dance their first routines with their professional partners March 19th.
Tomorrow marks a very special day for 200,000 Americans and 5 million people worldwide. Their birthdays. Leap Day is tomorrow, which means that for some, they can officially celebrate their birthday for the first time since 2008. Some fun Leap Day facts. The chance of being born on Leap Day is 1 in 1,461. Many software programs and computer services do not even acknowledge that the day exists at all. Also, workers who are on salary may be technically working for free tomorrow, since paychecks are only based on a 365-day year. And now let's take a look at your Class Day forecast.
Well, as we take a look at our class day, for tomorrow we're going to start with a temperature of 29 degrees, and we're going to have some snow showers associated with that. But as the temperatures increase throughout the day, it looks like it's going to turn on to rain that will continue throughout much of the night. So guys, it looks like it's going to be a soggy day tomorrow. I'm sorry to say. Not fun. Get your umbrellas out.
Man, I'm not prepared for it.
You know, today was a nice day though.
Yeah.
I gotta say, tonight it was very nice out too. I mean, I only wore a hoodie. It was
me too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Clouds dissipated. We got some sunshine out there. A little breezy though. Might have brought the temperatures down a little bit, but overall a great day.
Yeah.
All right, and that will do it for us here at WTOP 10 News. For the 10 News team,
I'm Dan Myers.
I'm Ryan Farrell.
I'm Cassandra Genoa.
And I'm Alan Wenger. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.